What if I told you the biggest signal for Bitcoin right now is not coming from a Bitcoin ETF, but from Wall Street's own plumbing? DTCC, the giant behind US market settlement, has just processed its first live production tokenized stock and treasury trades with heavy hitters like JP Morgan, BlackRock, and Goldman Sachs. And that matters because this is no longer a demo. This is not a lab test. This is real infrastructure being used by some of the most powerful institutions in finance. Here's why this is such a big deal. Tokenization means putting traditional assets like stocks and treasuries onto blockchain-based rails. That can make settlement faster, collateral movement easier, and market operations more efficient. In plain English, the financial system is starting to experiment with the same kind of digital rails that crypto has been talking about for years. Now, this is not directly a Bitcoin story. At least not yet. In the near term, the money may flow first into tokenization platforms, regulated digital asset products, and the companies building the infrastructure. But the bigger picture is where Bitcoin benefits. Why? Because every time major institutions normalize blockchain settlement, custody, and on-chain asset management, they're also lowering the psychological and operational barrier to the entire digital asset space. That builds legitimacy. It builds comfort. And it builds a bridge between TradFi and crypto. For Bitcoin, that's important. Bitcoin doesn't need every headline to be, "Bitcoin buys this," or "Bitcoin adopts that." What it needs is a financial world that increasingly accepts blockchain as a serious settlement layer. Once that happens, Bitcoin becomes easier to understand as the hardest, most liquid, most monetizable digital asset in that system. From a macro perspective, this also tells you something about where finance is heading in a higher rate, tighter liquidity environment. Institutions want better collateral efficiency, faster settlement, and lower friction. Tokenization is one answer. Bitcoin is another answer, but in a different lane. So the takeaway is simple. This is bullish for the broader crypto market, bullish for institutional adoption, and quietly bullish for Bitcoin's medium-term narrative. Thank you for watching. Click the like and subscribe buttons to stay informed.